Hey everyone and welcome to the channel. My name is Ash, aka Ghostbuster, and today I'm doing a review of Warpips on Xbox. Now this was released last week, the 12th of October 2022, developed by Skirmish Mode Games and it's published by Daedalic Entertainment, and I was lucky enough to get a copy of this for this review, so big thank you to them for that. Now this is a fun little game, and basically it's described as a strategy tug-of-war game where basically you send out your troops, your enemy sends out their troops, they sort of come in waves, and it's all about basically moving your way along and basically overpowering and destroying your opponent's base on small little missions. Now the game itself features like a campaign mode where you sort of slowly progress through, capturing arenas and areas as you slowly progress towards your enemy, and you eventually win the area. Now with this game mode it's quite interesting because you start out with only a certain amount of units you can use. As you complete missions you end up being able to sort of assign more to your army. However, certain things can only be sort of used once, so if you sort of go gun-ho towards the beginning of the campaign, you're gonna run out of steam and just have the sort of bog standard soldiers and sort of units as you progress. Now the game is really cool. Each of these like little round missions last between about 10 to 20 minutes depending on your skill level and how they play out. They're all sort of unique and randomized as well, and there is a sort of random sort of mission mode as well, which is really cool. You can just do randomly generated battles, so they're always different. And like I say, it's a great little game where you can sort of jump in and play for sort of 20 minutes, half an hour, and then jump in again next time you've got some time free. Now, as you're playing, as you can see on the screen, it's very simple. We go from left to right, and the enemies come from right to left. And you have a variety of units at your disposal. So you have the sort of standard sort of people, you have weaponry, you have obstacles you can put down for cover, as all of your units react to cover, so they'll hide behind things you place. So as you progress and you sort of gain ground, you can layer more sort of defences for them to hide behind and sort of keep your ground. There's also sort of environmental items you can use. There's like heavy cannons you can fire from the back of the map. You can place structures as well, which sort of give you bonuses. As you can see on the screen right now, I'm placing like oil rigs which give you more money. However, these can be destroyed by enemies. Now, as you're playing, you sort of gain XP from killing enemies. You only are able to place so many units at once when you start. However, as you level up, you get these sort of medals. With these medals, you can spend them on a variety of things. So you can spend them on adding extra units to your army, getting extra money, or sort of leveling up your units so they do more damage, they're just better in general. So, like I say, it all depends on the situation you're in. You can sort of choose every time you get one how you want to spend it. I tend to sort of add extra soldiers to begin with, so I've got a bit of an army when needed, and then when you're sort of in need of replenishing your soldiers, use your medals to get extra cash. Now there's two options you have as well. You have the choice to go into a defensive stance and sort of like an attack stance as well for a limited amount of time. When you're in defense, your sort of units better at cover, take less damage, but they don't progress forward, they sort of stay where they are. When you put them in attack stance, they sort of move forward at a quicker pace, and they sort of seem to do more damage and sort of have better sort of attacks and stuff like that. But it is only for a limited time, so you have to use it at the right moment. And also, when your enemy's units get too close to your base, you do have the sort of panic button. Now the panic button gives you a big chunk of cash straight up. However, it does remove the use of one of your units. So if you've got like 6 units and you use your panic button, you can only place 5 until the sort of timer sort of countdown runs out. So you have to sort of pick and choose your moments correctly. And then across the top of the sort of UI on the screen, it also tells you the sort of density of your opponent's sort of units that will be coming in waves. So you can sort of pre-prepare, like you can see how it's going to be heavier with enemies at one point than at the other. So you can sort of load up your army in anticipation of this and sort of make sure you've got things held back like missiles and stuff like that to wipe them out at the heaviest so that you can then progress when they're at their lightest. Now, it sounds like it's quite detailed, but honestly it's a very, very simple game. However, like I say, it's a fun game. It's got very sort of cute, sort of low poly graphics, which I really enjoyed. But I found it very addicting. You'll play one game, you'll want to play another, you'll want to play another. And it just... really, I was surprised at how much content there was. Now, the game is playable on Xbox One and Xbox Series X and S. It does support smart delivery and is optimised for Xbox Series X and S with 4K resolution. Now, the game itself is priced at £17.99. And if you like simple strategy games, or you just want sort of a game that you can play in short bursts, but it's still really fun, and doesn't really get repetitive because of the randomization of the battles, then this is definitely a game I recommend. And like I say, you also, during the campaign, get to pick and choose your loadouts as well. So if you've got a certain style you prefer, or you can sort of see what your enemies are going to be fielding, you can sort of change your army up so you're not always playing the same sort of squad every game as well, which is a really nice little touch. So I highly recommend this game. Like I say, it's out this past week. Really, really great, and a must for anyone that likes quick, fun, strategy-like games. But that's it for this video, guys. Hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, hit that like button, hit subscribe, and we'll see you soon for more content. Bye for now.